Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I know I'm between you and your dinner, so I'm going to try not to talk for too long. It's a dangerous place to be. Let me start with a couple of notes, if you don't mind, of personal thanks. Everyone, I think, by the way, it's in a way a relief and nice to go last because you're able to reflect upon what other folks have said. I think it just reflects so well that so many people made exactly the same point. They weren't deserving. They're not here to be honored. They're here to serve. And I think that just speaks so well of my fellow honorees, all of whom I'd like to congratulate. Let me start. If I could, though, start with a couple of notes of personal thanks. First off, to my best friend of 40 years. It's hard to believe. My wife, whom so many of you, my very beautiful wife. I cannot tell you how many members of the committee, how many people here tonight who know her have come up and said, you know, this award is not just for you, it's for your wife as well. And I know that's true, I get it, and I am happy to share the podium with Kathy, who richly deserves it. Now, with no disrespect intended for my other honorees as well, I would like to give a special Hollywood shout-out at the Beverly Hilton for my great friend and client of 25 years, Bill Simon. I would not be up here, I'm quite sure, that if it was not for Bill. We used to talk a lot back when he was thinking of running for governor. And he said, you know, among many other flaws, you've got to get your philanthropic act together. You should join my Catholic Charities Board, and you should join the Order of Malta. He got me involved in both of them, and Bill, it turned out to be very good advice, for which I thank you. And by the way, I know I'm limited to 2 or 3 minutes, but no politics, but he would have been a fabulous governor. Now, when the Archbishop called, and this is interesting, so many people had the same reaction, he will attest to this, I view him as a friend, I tried to talk him out of it. It was not feigned or false modesty. I just, in 20 years serving on the Catholic Charities Board and doing other philanthropic things, I'd seen what really first-rate community service involved, this sort of personal dedication. And I just didn't see my achievements, such as they were, amounting to that much. And if I could brag about Catholic Charities for a moment, I told them, you know, look at, this at Good Shepherd, we've got Sister Antron, who goes out on 7th Street and tries to get abused women into our shelters. The Carmelites who are here tonight, I know Sister Regina a couple of years ago was honored for them. They work with folks with Alzheimer's, like my mother, trying to give them dignity at the end of their lives. Back at Catholic Charities, no matter what your views are about immigration policy, our Esperanza Immigrant Services help the most vulnerable migrants working through the maelstrom of our immigration system and trying to survive with some dignity. So I said, honor those people, not maybe in 10 years, you'll attest, maybe I would be worth it. And he said, I have to say he did not leap through the phone to disagree. But he did say that, look, Paul, you've served as president of the board for 10 years. The organization's grown on your watch. Most importantly, thousands of staff members and volunteers have provided services in the aggregate to literally millions of beneficiaries during that time frame. Accept this award for those who serve and for those who accept their services in the hope of improving their lives. Now, he would have had me with that. But then he went on to say, plus, you and I talk a fair amount, the church is getting beaten up now. We have our problems, we're going to fix the problems that exist. But in that media maelstrom, again, where they're criticizing us, it gets lost, all the good work that good people do on a daily basis to improve people's lives. So accept this award in recognition of all of those folks who are doing such good in the world. So, not to sound too much like a lawyer at the end here, but on that basis, Kathy and I are pleased to accept this award in recognition of everyone who serves, by the way, on a completely non-denominational basis. We're thrilled to accept the award. We thank you for all that you do in support of the people who need so much. Now, I was going to stop there, but I got approval from Judy to embarrass you again, Archbishop, as I did at our Catholic Charities Gala in the wintertime in early December. As I think everyone in this room probably knows, the Archbishop is now the Vice Chairman and will soon be, I think in November, likely, if custom is served, the head of the Conference of Catholic Bishops. Now, exactly why he wants that job, I have to say I'm not entirely sure. Because the next Covington Catholic, remember that, the kids on the Lincoln Memorial steps? The next Philadelphia or Pennsylvania report, I guess I should say, it will be your job, Archbishop, to deal with that. I will simply say this. We are blessed by your service. We could not have a better representative, a better spokesman, a better person to represent, to be the face, as you will be for the next 3 years, of the Catholic Church than you, Archbishop. We thank you for your service, and Kathy and I thank you for this award.